in. Hi, everybody. What's up? We've got Team Stark here finally. We've been trying to do it the entire time, and it took a while.
Hey!
But we're going to get right into it because there's a metric piss load to talk about this time. So I've got Crow, Raven, Summer with me. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go off with it. Summer, what did you like about this episode? I'm throwing you right in there.
Okay, was not ready. Robin is finally in the show. I'm happy about that.
Shocker.
Also, Marrow is straight up just a cute little puppy sitting there wagging his tail waiting for John to give him his coffee.
Yes.
Also, Team Funky.
Yes!
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yes!
and one more highlight, Oscar's training with Ironwood.
Called that.
Yeah.
Called that.
I was going to say, I remember you saying that when we talked about the first episode.
Oh, yeah. I was so happy. I figured that's what it was going to be in the freaking discount danger room from X-Men that they have. All right. You want to keep going, or?
I'm good. Next.
Crow.
Yeah, no, it was all just a lot of the same, I guess. I really liked the.
In other words, I need to go into the pictures.
Yeah, maybe. No, I freaked out hard over Funky for sure. Like in the middle of the episode, I started messaging all of the spoiler chats that I'm a part of. I was like, "Oh my god!" That's how I wrote it too. It sounded like that. Just like that. Yeah, Team Funky. I know I saw that some people were a little salty about Neon flirting with Oscar, but I thought it was fun.
She also threw some shade at Nora.
The more, yeah, and then the more, well, that's true. The more I see Crow and Clover, I'm not big on guy ships, but
Ooh, we're not friends anymore.
Crow and just let me finish. But Crow, Clover, I think it's fun.
All right, so keep going.
No, yeah, I feel like I've not derailed, but I don't know. There was a lot in the episode. Yeah, and then it was exciting to get to see the Winter Maiden. Although I don't like the amount of Death Flag vibes I was getting from that scene.
There it is. Hold on. I have a picture of her right there.
For ya.
So, does anybody think that actually looks like Nora the more you look at her?
Maybe.
So thinking about it, I can see the fairies popping around having some credibility.
Mm-hmm. And
Since we are supposed to learn about some of Nora's family and get Nora backstory.
And Thor's mother is Freya?
Yeah.
And also there's pictures of Mistral architecture on her walls. And
yeah, I noticed that at first, and I was like, oh, that could just be concept art. I was like, but that's not how Rooster Teeth rolls, so...
Yeah.
Like, ever. What else do you want to go through here? We saw wildlife in Remnant.
Maybe they're Grim Penguin. I thought they were Grim Penguins.
If they get in a fight with a Grim Penguin.
Everything black and white is not a Grim
That would be awesome.
Raven.
A giant Grim Penguin.
A giant Grim Penguin. But, all right, we went through so that we saw Team Funky. So we've got this JoJo character here.
Oh my god!
And then we have the Ronin warrior. So there's that. And we just got names for a couple of other people. Joanna, that I'm still convinced is a guy, even though it said ladies, and his name's Joanna.
You know, all women don't need to look like women.
Well,
I dress like a guy.
And then we got May.
You got May.
I like her design.
Also, Oscar's coat
twins?
looks like their coats, and it's just making me laugh.
What's that?
Oscar's new coat looks like theirs coats.
His new coat? Yeah. And can the one thing I want to get into before I get to Raven is this danger room session that we had here. I didn't catch this part at first.
Right. That's fine. Okay.
That when they were racing around, that Weiss was literally helping Ruby.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't catch that part at first, but go ahead.
Were May and Joanna twins?
Are they twins?
I wondered that because they had the same weapon, they had the same semblance.
Yeah,
so
similar.
Fiona had the
Emerald.
same. Fiona had the same weapon as well.
Did she? No, she didn't.
Look it up. It's damn close, if not exactly the same.
Or maybe it's just a series of weapons that they designed to make it
Maybe.
similar.
It's got the same exact
I didn't think her.
architectural.
I guess it could be, but
You're missing the bayonetta because it's cut off there, but yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Nora is a witch now. I didn't notice this at first. She's literally riding the thing with jet propulsion. And that's mostly other than
Aww.
Thirsty moms.
Thirsty Moms. We finally got it.
Thirsty moms.
We finally got the Thirsty Moms. And then we got more of Robin, of course. And again, a team I didn't know I was going to miss until I got them back. Neon looks awesome. I absolutely love that new look that they have for her.
I love her little cat buns. They're so cute.
And also, since she has cat ears on
The
her
jacket.
hood, and she has toe beans on her gloves.
Oh my god.
Yes.
So cute.
And like, this is one thing I was going to go into. Everybody basically has their Atlas buddy now. Crow has Clover. Nora has Elm for the most part, or her and Ren alternate because Ren has Marrow. And then he also alternates with John, and then Ren and Vine, and it's everyone's getting along really well. I'm not happy for when the fit's going to hit the Shan, but going back to we'll wait to go to that because I haven't gone over what Raven liked about the episode yet. So do that. Go ahead. Sorry.
This is why I left you in the flower garden.
That's because you sucked at making cabinets. Go on.
Sorry. Straight up, as everyone said, Team Funky. The minute I saw them, I'm just like, as soon as I saw Flint and I heard the trumpet, I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Freaking, I love Flint. He's my favorite. I've always wanted to cosplay him. That, and then the Danger Room kind of feel, like what you said earlier. And then finally, seeing the Winter Maiden. And I think I kind of had this idea of where they're going, excluding Raven herself. Everyone's name has actually matched a maiden. Cinderfall is the Fall Maiden. Ignore Raven, and then you have Winter becoming the Winter Maiden. And maybe that's why Summer's gone.
That's what everybody keeps saying.
Well, except for you got to remember, Vinal was set up to be the Spring Maiden, but it was actually Raven the whole time.
Well,
what did Vernal mean again?
It means what is it? That's the time of year of spring in terms of equinoxes
there we
and all that.
go.
There we go. Okay, got it.
But
Okay.
she wasn't really the Spring Maiden. Raven was.
She's just set up as the one.
Yeah, but going back to like the whole winter thing, I just like how it's like she said that Ironwood only will let Winter see the maiden.
Yes.
She's the only one. Like he set her up to become the maiden, just like how they were trying to do it with Pyrrha taking over the maiden power back in like a long time ago.
Except he's doing it a lot more carefully. He's not just like, hey, you want to go in the basement real quick?
So he does have those pods in her room.
Yeah, that was one
I
thing
noticed that too.
That's something I was going to bring up later. He has the same exact contraption in the corner there, and I did not notice that until somebody pointed it out to me. So that in case she's about to pass, they can just.
Well, I could see it as the idea of that. If for an emergency purposes, like they're being invaded, they can quickly do the transfer. Otherwise,
yeah, because that worked well last time.
Yeah, they're just.
John had one job. That is his fault.
Yes, John's fault.
Nobody else's.
But no, like that's probably just for like if they're getting invaded for some stupid reason, they can do a quick transfer. But I think they're waiting for her just to die. That's why Winter's the only one allowed to see her. And then
get a backup plan.
Yeah, the backup plan. And then finally,
don't have like half of the maiden powers in a person, like with Cinder.
Well, Cinder took half the power before Crow saved the maiden.
That's what I mean. We don't have we have a soul person. It's not like a magnet trying to go back to its other half kind of thing. If you get what I'm trying to say, but
I don't know. And yes, and then finally, gotta love Jean, the ladies' man with the hair. It's the hair. Star just laughs. It's the hair. It's the hair. That's what made it.
I was so happy. Whether or not they did that just to be salty about people being mad at his hair or not, I'm happy.
That's how I take it.
That's how, yeah.
But I liked his hair, so.
I do love the hair. It's so cute.
And that goes back on, I don't know if you were on air or not, but there was a point where we had a conversation either during a review or after a review where I read a thing on Tumblr where John's dad purposely gave him, or John's mom purposely gave him bad dating advice just so he wouldn't get overwhelmed with women. And then he got overwhelmed with women.
I am so sorry.
But it happens. Crow, you were going to say something.
I was?
You had your finger up.
Yeah, like you're about to interrupt me. Don't interrupt me.
No.
Okay, there was something else that I wanted to bring up. That I didn't notice that they actually had an Attack on Titan wall outside of Atlas.
Yeah.
That was something else.
I have seen edits already, and it's funny.
Oh, I have to. It's great. Okay.
I mean, they had one outside of Argus, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, the laser wall, kind of. But that was the is it sad that that iron wall that's sitting outside of Atlas was more structurally well thought out than the one at Argus? Can we talk about how the pinpoints for it, if it gets hit with a laser, that entire wall just shuts down?
Well, remember, that wall wasn't in Atlas. That was in the city below.
That's what I mean. I'm talking about the one in Argus.
Yeah.
Where,
the Grim just took it out.
Well, when she was fighting that Leviathan, all it had to do was track its laser across, hit it, and then a chunk of the whatever. But
yeah,
that was one. Speaking of that wall, that was one thing that Robin was pissed about. Now that we're just going to go into details, that they're not supposedly not taking good care of it.
Oh, because all the supplies are being diverted to the stadium.
Yeah, instead of repairing the wall. So is it in bad condition, or they just needs upkeep? I don't know how exactly to take that.
I have a feeling just because the way it's set up, that it might be just like bad conditions to the point where it's like we can't protect ourselves anymore from the Grim because you also took our defense to help you guys build whatever you're doing with the stadium. They took a penny away from that.
Yeah,
that's what Robin pointed out too.
Oh yeah, that is true. What else? Okay, we're basically in the part of talking about theories and all that because we went over everything else really with screenshots because this was basically a giant montage episode outside of like one or two talks and then Jacques shutting down all non-SDC or all SDC related functions because that's going to make people like him more.
Riots!
Oh God.
That's literally the back of my paper. Riot!
In my mind, it was like, I'll stop being a jackass if you elect me.
That's basically what he's doing.
Yeah, that's what he's doing.
How did I phrase this in my notes?
What's going to stop you from being a jackass while you're elected?
It was like your meme.
He's basically trying to buy his vote that way.
The Jock meme. Yeah.
Did I not share that? Hold on. I have to share that.
Share it with me. I don't know if you shared it with the whole class, but
oh, I saw this. Yeah.
The whole class.
It's so true.
Yeah, it's that one.
Why would I would do this?
But I never get those type of everyone's going to love me if I turn into an a-hole because they'll know I won't be an a-hole if they elect me.
I feel like
just be an a-hole with a higher power.
This is
I'm the
definitely
worst. You know who's
Watch's
worse than me?
influence showing though.
was that?
There's got to be more going on there.
Yeah.
I was expecting some Watts shenanigans right there.
Actually, I won't be
this is the
surprised if he's
start of it.
influencing. Yeah, I think he's influencing it.
I get that, but I was expecting something other than I'm going to shut stuff down. I was expecting some like fraudulated evidence or like some because he's got security camera, whatever on lockdown. I was expecting some.
Well, we did see that starting in the last episode, so I'm sure we're going to get more of that.
Yeah.
What else? Do we have anything else to really talk about as predictions before I get to the bad Tumblr theory of the week, or actually good one this time?
Not necessarily prediction, but
favorite segment.
Yeah. Summer, go ahead.
in terms of the whole Crow and Clover shipping going on lately, I just have to point out it's really hard not to ship them when they're literally sitting in the back of the truck playing cards, and it's basically them just messing around with their semblances because he's all, "Are you sure you want to play again?" And Crow's just like, "Just do it."
Well, I also want to point out how in that scene we officially learned that Crow is done drinking. We
Yes,
officially
it's
learned he's
confirmed.
done.
And Clover is trying to stop him from being an asshole to himself at all times.
Which is so cute. And if they turn out to be bad guys, that's gonna hurt so bad.
Oh my god, it's gonna break Crow.
She straight up told him not to do that. He's all, buddy, come on, you're great. Can't you see this? And of course, people are gonna ship them even more after that. Because I know.
Right here.
Yeah, it happens. Anybody else?
Oh god.
Crow, you've been awfully silent.
So you.
He's drinking again.
I don't know. No, I've seen a couple theories floating around. I don't know what yours is that you're planning on talking about.
It's
but
technically one that got brought up in our chat.
is it Weiss becoming the Winter Maiden?
Ooh.
Okay, I've seen that, which I think is an interesting theory, just because it would divert from the norm. But at the same time, I don't know if I ever see any of the girls becoming the maidens, to be honest. And then the other one that I saw was that someone had the theory that Ironwood's semblance, is that the one you were going to talk about, or no?
No, but you can bring that up.
Oh, so I saw a good theory. I think it's interesting because if it's true, it has a lot of implications. But that he is, Murder of Birds brought it up. That he suggested maybe Ironwood's semblance is that he's a human lie detector, more or less.
Huh. That's interesting.
I would quite like that.
Or someone more accurately said that he's a truth detector, because if he was a lie detector, then Oz wouldn't have pulled the rug so hard on him. But at the same time, someone made the argument that Oz didn't lie; he just omitted the truth.
Yeah.
So maybe he already knows that Ruby, hasn't told him the whole truth. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. I thought it'd be an interesting.
I mean, the way he talked to her in that episode, it does kind of make that seem more credible, because it's like,
right?
He can tell something like that, or he's just really good at reading her. But still, I think there's some credibility.
Yeah, and we have semblances that are really only going to be used for certain times.
Right.
Like, give or take, it's only in the After Fall book, but like Yatsuhashi's semblance is to erase memories.
Oh, erase memories? Temporarily.
Mm-hmm.
And like Coco's is to enhance dust. And like there's stuff that's for very, very select cases.
Right.
So I could see them doing something like that. Like even Ren's is the most select case thing ever, even though because of what it is, it's very useful. It's still a very timely thing that you need to do. No, the more I'm thinking about it, the more it's not what we're talking about. But in our, it still is. It's just I don't know if validity would hold, but it'll match up with the mythology if they're going with that. I believe it was Admin Yang brought up in our spoiler chat about the possibility of Nora becoming the Winter Maiden.
Oh, actually, I think it was Salem.
Was it Salem?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess if they did end up being related.
That was the thing. And that's why I was bringing up the mantle or Mistral stuff. Because...
Yeah, it was Salem.
The username I never want to say on camera. Slapbooty236 is back in. Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Ew.
Oh Lord.
Our favorite commenter.
But it was. They're wondering if Nora's finally going to get fed up with Ren not
noticing her, senpai,
not noticing her, not wanting to flirt at all, and then she'll go on her merry way and she'll run into Penny. And then again, this is a lot of happenstance.
Right.
And Penny tries to make her feel better. And through some way or another, she finds out that that's her grandmother. because
Ooh.
Nora Valkyrie, you don't have to think too much about it, and Freya, which again the mythologies match up, and she's gonna magically, like, right when she's about to go, she sees Nora and she's like, "Holy crap, that's my granddaughter," and it goes to her instead of Winter.
Which
Which
oh my
could
gosh,
work if-
that's gonna give their team such bad flashbacks because of Pyrrha.
Oh.
Yeah, and it could work technically if they do come under attack and she gets there before Winter can. They're like, "Go defend her," and then all of a sudden she's like, I don't know. But that's about the only way I can see that happening. I can't see Penny going, hello friend, let's go check out this old grandma.
Actually, I can see her doing that.
I know I didn't bring it up
Funny.
here, and I don't remember which page it is that I admin that they brought it up on, but someone was saying that they heard somewhere, and I know it's not official because I haven't seen it anywhere, that Penny's body for her soul or whatever was created using the relic of creation, her aura or something, and I was like, where's your proof?
I was gonna say, I don't remember that. I don't remember them mentioning the relic of creation.
I don't either.
Yeah,
That's funny. Someone else was also asking, like, how does it work? They were like, how does it work? And someone joked around was saying, it works by destroying things. And I said, oh, the law of equivalent exchange. That's fair.
Yeah, familiar with this.
Yeah, physics.
That just goes back to the whole why can't lesbians have aura babies and all this other stuff. It's fiction, people.
Aura babies.
It's not our science. So stop being mad when things that don't match up with our science and how things go happen in a fictional show. That blows my mind every time it happens, where they're like, this can't happen because we couldn't have that happen. You want to know what else we can't happen? Semblances. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
That's never how that conversation goes, though.
That's never how it is. It's like, well, it's the rules they established. I'm like, how do you know they haven't? Because they haven't had one to have them have children. Yes. Shh. But anyway, back on track. Me and Crow had to have that conversation far too many times with people. That was basically it. There are so many people that are like, it came down to someone in our chat brought up that Neo's gonna go in and like kill her and take it, like Cinder did.
Yeah, someone was like, couldn't Neo disguise herself as Winter? I was like, I mean, I don't think the powers would work that way unless she used the machine. I think they would still know who the real Winter was.
And also, if Winter's the only one that knows where it is, I don't think Neo transforming into someone's look goes, I have their memory. I know where she is now. That's not quite how that works.
Well, like she could have disguised herself as one of the like guards and watched, like, switched places to watch where they would go.
I suppose technically she could. It's just
it seems like a bit of a stretch. I'll say that.
It seems like a bit of a stretch, and immediately where it was like, Winter's going to become the maiden. Everyone and their collective mother went, no, she won't. This is going to, and here's why. Well, I'm sorry. Almost 99 point to the millionth decimal place said yes.
Yeah. It does give her some major death flags now.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because of how many maiden-related people have already died?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's not like it's 100% chance percentile that anyone that was supposed to almost be involved with a maiden has basically died except for Cinder and Raven.
Yeah, not at all. Never. No. You know, Amber.
Cinder should be dead in my opinion.
I never know. Summer could be alive.
I know.
Summer being a maiden.
That's one thing we need to discuss here. How much longer is it really acceptable for Cinder to still be a main villain? What purpose is she really serving other than being a crybaby?
At this point, she almost had Adam status.
Yes!
Yeah.
Like, she kind of served her point in the plot. Well, and like they said before, like, they weren't planning on bringing back Neo right away, or if at all, but they brought her back last volume just for the sake of, like, progressing Cinder's story so that something would be going on there.
Yeah, and it's like, I'm fine with them doing something with Neo. She was very sparingly. Cinder's been in every volume, every time, going from pissing off Team Ruby to pissing off Salem and Team Ruby to pissing off everybody. And
Wait.
other...
Has she been in this episode of this season so far?
Not yet.
No,
Not
they
yet.
haven't
Okay.
caught up still.
They just haven't gotten to her yet, which might not... I don't
I
know.
agree.
I don't want them
Agreed.
to kill Winter.
Agreed.
I don't want them to kill Winter either, buddy. But it's
I
just
don't
like,
know. We might not see her this volume.
what else does she have to do? Like, we have Tyrion, Arthur, all the people we're still going to meet going through this arc.
Right.
And
Like
then
I could see them pulling like they show up at the last episode type bit, but I thought that was going to happen last season too, and it didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
And-
it's more likely with this volume though. Like she could maybe meet up with Arthur and what's his face. So
They could. And I have noticed that, now that I'm thinking about this more, Roman died in volume 3.
Oh,
He
yeah.
was the main guy for the top 3, for the girls at least, for power level. And then Adam, volume 6, was dead. I swear if they carry Cinder to volume 9,
Oh god.
I'm gonna lose it. They cannot drag her out that long. I need to start seeing Salem being the top bad. Because outside of making some flying monkeys, she's done not a whole lot.
it takes a lot to make flying monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just took to the point of her being irritated and went, you know what? These would go a lot faster if they were flying.
They would. And then they tear Crow apart from limb to limb.
Just like
Wow.
the movie.
Well,
Sorry, that's been pointed out to me more than once, not just by Summer, but by other people.
I don't know what you're talking about. I never mentioned it.
You know who I'm talking about.
as she looks in the air at me and Crow.
No. I'm talking about someone else.
No, I'm talking about Summer.
Oh.
But
Oh,
yeah.
I wasn't paying attention.
But yeah, we still have there's so much crap to do that they just introduced this volume.
Y'all see the description and whatnot for next week, or
Yeah,
You
I
showed
read
me.
that.
I know I showed you. But...
Yeah. Any predictions for what's going to go on there, other than the great relationship between Penny and Ruby's going to continue? Where that was one thing I forgot to mention. This volume specifically, there has been a giant emphasis on people being who they want themselves to be and not what anyone else or a school wants them to be. And Clover said it point blank in this episode. Ruby said it point blank to Penny. Winter basically said it to
Weiss.
And then Weiss basically said it back to Winter.
Definitely going to be the theme of this season, it seems.
Yeah.
I don't know if Bumblebee meshes well together though, attack wise.
Yeah, not at all.
We're going to get a very angry Yang.
That was so good. That was so good.
Well, speaking of Bumblebee, just because this was in the background of one of their cutscenes where they're getting out of bed, there's like Blake was walking off and she drags him. That's such a cute moment. So much Bumblebee.
Well, there was so much. There was that. There was the Blake sleeping in Yang's lap while waiting for the counter. Cute. And it's like they refuse to go on missions without each other, except for the one mission where Yang and Ruby went out to go kill those sabers.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll have some sort of like, I don't know the word is that I'm looking for, but the whole season, like they just keep getting told over and over that, like, you know, work as being huntresses is more important than, you know, having relationships and stuff. And I don't think Ruby's all about that, but
I think that's going to fall to the wayside eventually with somebody. It's just going to be with
right.
So
probably Ruby.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And we're starting to see them connect a lot more and ask a lot more questions. Do you think that next, because it happens every time, especially with the happiness montage, like I said, we mentioned earlier, do you think we're finally going to get the shit's bad and it's going to be bad for the rest of the volume episode next week.
I think so, because I joked about, but we literally just saw the starting of a riot.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get into more stuff now.
Next week is like literally a political dinner where any shit happens at political dinners. If we see enough TV and movies, we know something will happen.
Yeah.
We watch too much TV.
You've got all these opposing forces at the moment, so
There'll probably be more Robin there.
Probably.
Of course.
I want to point out her weapon's a bird.
Yeah, I was about to say.
It is. It is basically an Assassin's Creed crossbow, but in the form of a bird.
I'm a bird.
Just so everyone knows, this woman is addicted to birds.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I was just gonna say, are you really having it on the sleeve too?
Yes.
Wow.
This woman is addicted to birds. So no wonder when Robin came in, I knew as soon as if she was mentioned, she went nuts.
I did just a little.
She did.
And Crow pointed this out to me. It's either because they couldn't come up with another version of it, or they just didn't feel like it. But Raven is the only bird character that actually had their name spelled like it normally is.
Right? Because Robin's got a Y and Crow's got the Q.
Crows, I understand where they're like, we need to somehow have Stark. And the C wasn't working. So we're like, I wonder if they let us get away with a Q. And then Monty went, I don't care.
Well, technically, I think if I read somewhere, Crow is actually related. Like, there's a color out there that is related to it. I don't remember. I read it so long ago. It's a bird.
It is. It is.
It's a bird.
That is true. It is. Are you doing research, Crow?
I have another monitor over here.
But yes, okay.
Judge me.
Do your
I'll
typey
judge you,
types.
Crow.
Do
I'll
the
judge you,
typies.
Crow.
Legitimately, everybody does, Crow.
Oh, Ty, I sent you
Hey, I
something.
stopped drinking.
This is a funny for the video.
Oh boy.
So I know we've been mentioning it a lot here and there, though. Ren's behavior is I feel like is kind of becoming more and more apparent, and with us getting Nora backstory, I do think this is part of it.
I can turn into a bird.
But yeah, it could be. It's going to have to happen sooner or later. And we're in episode, was it 5?
4.
Yeah.
4?
No, 5.
Oh shit, I'm episode behind.
We're almost halfway done with this season, unless they have more than the normal episodes.
Well, I heard it's supposed to go like almost end of January, which would be nice. Great birthday present.
So we'd have 8 weeks left technically, but would they take one off for Christmas? Probably
They would take
might
off
do a break.
2.
for New
They might
Year.
do 2, yeah.
So
That's why I was wondering if there was an episode this week, because they always did one before where they take Thanksgiving off too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird. And they really weren't out advertising this episode. It was weird.
Yeah.
Because a lot of their departments are off for the week, for the holiday, so that could be part of it.
You could schedule posts.
Not
And
tweet.
on Twitter.
We can't have one of them sitting at the dinner table going, wait, guys, I have the importance. I need to do this.
Hold
Wait,
on,
you were on
Grandpa.
your phone?
Stop talking about your childhood. I gotta make this tweet.
Yeah. All
Our
right.
generation.
I don't want to speak about my generation anymore than I physically
Talking
need to.
about my.
Does
All right,
anyone
we got
else?
off track.
Yes, we did. Does anyone else have anything they would like to speak about?
I want my Team Stark flashback.
Probably aren't getting it this volume. just being honest, we probably aren't.
They showed us Summer. I remember they did this. They did this in season, they did this in volume 3, where you saw Ty at the beginning of the episode, just like that paper cut out in the background, and then they show Ty at the very end.
Mhm.
What if they do something similar? They showed Summer, we get Summer.
I just want to know what happened with Raven and Ty.
So
We'll never
do I.
know.
Like, what was the
That's a
postseason
spin-off.
stinger if we.
Because they've resolved most of all of them almost instantly. That one, not so
Right.
much.
Sorry, I just flew by. I just didn't want to really talk to you. Just wanted to see that you weren't dead.
Thanks.
Just thinking of you on the way to Summer's grave.
You know, she's the one sitting in the dark room. She's in the dark room right
Speaking
now.
of that could be one way.
Because I'm dead.
Realistically, that would be one really easy way to find out if Raven knows if Summer is alive or not.
Oh, yes.
If we actually get a scene with Raven at Summer's grave.
Mm.
Because if magically she does some dumb thing where she's like, it's really pointless talking to you in this grave when I know you're not dead. Something like that.
And Raven would keep a secret because it's like, I don't talk to anyone else on the team because I don't care for my brother. I don't care for the guy I had a kid with. I don't even care for my own
and if
child.
Summer's last mission was against Salem, the person Raven's doing whatever she can to be away from.
Yeah, and apparently nobody knew what Summer's mission was. Apparently.
What's the Summer thing?
Ospin knew. He just doesn't want to say.
Well, as far as we know, Crow and Ty definitely didn't know.
Yeah, and according to Crow, it's apparently
She wasn't coming back.
I don't know.
It's a summer secret. We never know.
I never know. I would say what I want to say. That's a string I'm not gonna pull on. I was gonna say I sexually transmit secrecy, but you know.
Boy, if there was a time to end this stream.
And with that, we're going out of here. All right, everybody, thank you very much for what? Gosh, dang it! Every time.
Every time.
Never fails. Gosh, dang it!
They're always after me, Lucky Charms.
He's definitely after his Lucky Charms.
Bro, you don't have Lucky Charms.
Ew.
This has been
Ew.
this has been Ty.
Okay, this has been. I did that wrong. This has been Crow.
Bro.
That's been Raven. I can't do directions. That's been Summer.
It's backwards.
We're a really backward version of the Brady. But what is? Holy crap! She's prepared. That's what I was gonna say. We're heading out of here. Raven, where can they find you? Put that up again.
Fiery Summers cosplay, both on Instagram and Facebook.
Someone was prepared. Summer.
I wasn't prepared for that part. Ray Sketch It on both Instagram and Facebook, and Ray Rambles on Tumblr.
There we go.
Tumblr.
Yes, I have a new one.
I was gonna say I don't remember you saying that before. Crow.
Silent Celica over on Archive of Our Own, and never mind. Archive of Our Own and fan fiction.
Well,
What
people
happened?
are jumping in.
I really don't
Ship them Lucky Charms.
Yes, Lucky Charms. Can that be
didn't they already address that?
That is one thing. Before we head out, you can find me on this YouTube channel. Veronica Detrige. They said they were going to address that this volume, but they haven't yet.
Oh yeah, the gift. I forgot
Yeah, we
about
still
that.
don't know what it is yet.
I thought it was going to be I thought it was going to be another Ember Celica, but that
I
would've
thought
made-
she lost the gift in the train crash.
I don't know. They said they were going to address giving it to her this volume.
Anyway, Silent Celica at the fan fiction or Archive of Our Own. I got derailed.
Yeah, you can find like the train did. You can find me here on this YouTube channel, and you can find all of us on Remnant Finance on Facebook. Everybody, thank you for watching this extremely disjointed episode. We'll catch you later.
This is what
Take my
happens when us
classic.
four
Team
together.
Stark.